In a quiet village at the edge of the Himalayas, where the mist danced over the mountains and the river whispered secrets to the trees, lived a young man named Aarav. His eyes held the light of a dream, to write a book that would touch the soul of the world. Not for fame, not for fortune, but because something deep inside him longed to speak, to awaken, to inspire. But dreams, my child, are like seeds. They must be watered with discipline, protected from the weeds of distraction. And sadly, Aarav was still learning how to protect his garden. Every morning, Aarav made a promise to himself. Today, I will write just one page. And every evening, he would whisper, tomorrow, I will begin. The notebook remained unopened, the pen untouched. Life, as it often does, filled his hours with noise. A friend's invitation, a trending video, a cricket match, a festival, and sometimes just the glow of a screen, showing nothing important at all. He wasn't lazy, he wasn't weak. He was simply untrained in the art of choosing. One quiet afternoon, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Aarav sat beneath an old peepal tree by the river, his thoughts heavy. That's when the sage appeared, dressed in saffron robes, walking barefoot, radiating peace, the kind of peace that silences even the loudest mind. He sat beside Aarav without a word, as if he had been waiting for this moment his whole life. You carry the weight of an unborn creation, the sage finally said. Why do you delay your own becoming? Aarav looked down. He wasn't used to speaking about his dream. I want to write a book, he said softly. A book that could light a spark in someone's life. But every time I try, the world pulls me away. There's always something else, something urgent, something loud, something easier. The sage nodded, not with judgment, but with knowing. Then let me tell you a story, he said, about two travelers and a temple that reveals the truth of who we are. Long ago, in a land not so different from this one, two travelers set out in search of a legendary temple hidden deep in the mountains. This temple, it was said, granted the deepest desires of the soul. Not riches, not power, but clarity, purpose, and peace. The first traveler, Dhruv, walked with quiet determination, his eyes fixed on the path. When storms came, he paused, but never turned back. When doubts whispered, he meditated. Every step he took brought him closer to his goal. The second traveler, Veer, also began with enthusiasm. But soon, he saw a fair on the way. Bright lights, music, laughter. Just for a while, he said. That while became 3 days. Then a village feast, then a romance, then a new job. And before he knew it, the path to the temple had vanished behind him. He had traded his calling for comfort. The temple never disappeared. He just stopped looking. The sage looked into Aarav's eyes and asked, "Tell me, child, who are you, Dhruv or Veer?" The question wasn't loud, but it echoed inside Aarav like thunder. He saw his mornings spent scrolling, his notebooks collecting dust, his talent lying dormant like a sacred lamp left unlit. And in that moment, Aarav knew he wasn't Veer by nature, only by habit. With humility, Aarav bowed his head. "I want to be Dhruv, Guruji," he said. "I want to walk my path, one step at a time." The sage smiled, not because he heard the words, but because he felt the shift in Aarav's heart. "Then begin," he said, "and remember, the world will always offer distractions, but your dream will only wait for so long. Chase it before it forgets you." From the very next morning, Aarav began, not with a grand gesture, not with fanfare, just one page each day. Some days, his writing flowed like the river. Other days, it resisted. But he showed up, again and again. Slowly, something magical happened. His discipline became devotion. His silence became strength. And the book began to write him as much as he wrote it. Years passed. Aarav's book reached countless readers. But more than the book, it was the journey behind it, the battle between his distractions and his dream, that made him who he was. When people asked him the secret of his success, he would smile and say, "It wasn't inspiration. It was alignment. I stopped feeding what pulled me away and started watering what pulled me forward." Remember, child, your distractions are clever. They look harmless. They offer comfort, but they steal your time, quietly, completely. Your dreams, on the other hand, ask for patience, for pain, for discipline, but they give you something far greater in return. Purpose. You must choose every single day. Will you chase your dream or your distractions? In this lifetime, you will have many moments to choose between what is easy and what is essential, between noise and meaning, between wandering and becoming. Choose your dream, my child, not your distractions.